The 2017 Rural LISC Seminar kicks off next week, August 28th through the 30th in Bozeman, Montana. This year's event will focus on the vision for the organization and its new pronounced focus on workforce and economic development in the nation's rural communities. Joining us by phone now is Program Vice President with Rural LISC, Suzanne Anarde. Thanks so much for joining us today, Ms. Anarde. What can attendees expect from this year's event?
Good morning. We are really excited about this year's event. We have record-breaking attendance. Over 315 of our partners, funders, peers, and rural subject matter experts will join us in Bozeman at Big Sky to really dive into best practices, what's happening across rural America that's working in a variety of areas, including the workforce development, economic development, and broadband areas, and how can our partners on the ground take those best practices back to their communities and implement similar strategies.
Okay, we have to know, what are some of the main topics of discussion? There's a lot that you could be talking about, but what are you going to focus in on?
So we're going to really hone in on broadband, and it's not a secret that many rural areas lack broadband service, which puts their local economies in jeopardy. As a catalyst for workforce and economic development, broadband is just really critical. So we have a panel of rural broadband experts, including a gentleman from the city of Bozeman who helped connect rural Montana. They're going to share their approaches and their tested models, and hopefully instill that knowledge and effort and share those efforts to bridge the digital divide in other rural communities for folks that are there. On the workforce development, we actually have a track on economic development and workforce development, and really talk about the local strategies. You know, our name is Local Initiative Support Corporation, and really what we try to do at the national level is aggregate resources that our local partners can then implement in their communities, and that's the primary focus for the workforce development and economic development.
So it's really great to know that you're looking out for the needs of rural Americans, especially when it comes to broadband, because this is also creating a divide in education. So it's one of those things. It's a hot topic, but for good reason. You also bring up the importance of economies, how this can help. Can you just elaborate a little bit more on that?
Well, I think that rural America really needs jobs. And they also need qualified applicants and employees. So bringing those two together is really important. And so we are trying to bring those two together and make sure that our partners that are on the ground can take those forward.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to the event. Program Vice President with Rural LISC, Suzanne Anarde, thanks so much for joining us.